Welcome back to The Big Picture. I'm Judge Penny Wolfgang. Habitat for Humanity is a nonprofit organization that helps families build and improve places to call home. They believe affordable housing plays a critical role in strong and stable communities. It's an organization near and dear to former President Carter and so many here in Western New York. Joining me to update us on the mission and to promote an event coming up where you can help the cause is Stephanie Lawson, Development and Communications Manager. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me.
So, Stephanie, how does Habitat for Humanity work in building homes?
So we partner with thousands of volunteers every year who come together and give their time to help build homes for families who really work hard to become homeowners. They also build their homes alongside the volunteers.
Oh, so I understand there's a certain amount, when you say that, of sweat equity that a person has to put in, the future homeowner has to invest.
Yes.
So then what qualifies someone for getting a home or being the recipient of the home?
So the families in our program have to show that they're committed to being successful home buyers. That means they have to put in 400 hours of sweat equity. That includes taking financial literacy classes, building on our construction sites, and establishing a savings account and saving money every month. So it really is a comprehensive program. We believe in giving folks a hand up, not a handout. They also have to repay an interest-free 30-year mortgage. So they're really committed to this with us.
And does all this take a lot of time before, before it actually happens?
Yeah, so families can be in our program for 18 months, some of them a few years. It really depends on the situation of the family, and they're purchasing their house, so we want to make sure we find the right house for their needs. We had one family with a disabled child, and that family now has a fully accessible home. But it was the home that they waited for. It was single floor, ranch style house, and we were able to make changes to that home to fit the needs of the child. So it really depends on each home buyer, and we work with them to make sure they're going to be successful.
Now, when it's completed, it takes a long time, right?
Yes.
I mean, time-wise, to
Sure.
complete?
Yeah, so to build a house, a new build can take 6 months up to a year, and a rehab house, we rehab an awful lot of houses in the city. We've built over 300 homes. 2/3 of those are houses that we've rehabbed. And so we've gone into old homes that were unwanted and sat and were oftentimes neglected, and we take them down to the studs and rebuild them. And that can take some time depending on what kind of house it is.
I guess so. And are these in certain neighborhoods only, or all across the city, or all across the area?
All across the city. We've also built in some of the suburbs. We have a home in Cheektowaga. We have homes in Lackawanna. And really, we're making sure that we're building in areas that are affordable for our families. And in some neighborhoods, we're revitalizing whole communities. We have in one neighborhood 20 houses. So we're really trying to uplift whole neighborhoods.
That's really so important for the whole neighborhood, for the whole area. Now, just tell us a little bit after they're completed. You have like a thanks service, and then do you follow through with seeing what's happened and what's happened with the family that's living in the house?
Well, we're partners with our families. This really is a partnership. They repay a 30-year mortgage, and we're holding the mortgage, so we stay in touch with our families all through the life of that mortgage. And when the house is done, we do hold an event. It's called the dedication service. It is so special. We invite the family, their friends, all of the volunteers who helped build the house, anybody who donated to the house. We all come together and celebrate the family being able to purchase their home. In fact, just this past weekend, we dedicated a house to a home buyer who will be the first person in our family to ever own a home. So it's inspiring. You feel like you're giving back to the folks who are in it with you. They're working hard to better their lives.
And do you follow through afterwards, like any length of time? Because you said they have to pay it off, and they have to pay the mortgage or whatever, so it's sort of an ongoing relationship, I assume.
Absolutely, and our families, they're partners with us as much as we partner with them. They come to our events, they'll come and speak on our behalf. Sometimes we're doing an event where we invite women to come out and build, and some of our home buyers who've been in their house for years, they come back and they want to swing a hammer again. They want to empower others. Some of our home buyers come back and volunteer in their free time. Some of them actually become donors. Every month they make their donation because they know how important this program is.
Let's talk a little bit about the volunteers who are doing this, who are helping build this home. Do they have to have like a background in, I don't know, hammering or carpentering or whatever?
Absolutely
I
not.
don't know. In building homes, I don't know.
The fact that Habitat can make use of my skills can really demonstrate how we can make use of anybody's skills. I have no business on a construction site, but we really do utilize anybody's time and talent. So if swinging a hammer is of interest to you, maybe you don't have that background, we'll teach you everything you need to know. Every construction site has a supervisor that will guide you through what it is that you need to learn to do. By the end of the day, you're an expert. And if you don't like swinging a hammer, that's okay too. We can make use of whatever skills you bring to the table. We have retail outlets that sell used goods to the public. There's an opportunity to volunteer. We have volunteers who plan our fundraisers and support our families through the program. That's actually the most impactful, helping our families achieve home ownership. Much of that is done by volunteers.
I could just see a lot of injured thumbs. And as you were telling me the story, I'm thinking, I don't know about that.
You'd be surprised. We're very careful on site. We follow all the safety procedures, and at the end of the day, it's a very empowering experience,
And
even with the injured
it's
thumbs.
got to be very rewarding too. Now you have an event coming up that you wanted to tell us about, so I
Yeah.
thought we should let our viewers know.
So it's our 3rd annual Hammer and Owls, and this is a super fun event.
Hammer and nails.
Hammer and Owls.
Oh,
It's a beer
okay.
theme.
I got it. Okay.
It's a tasting event. So we invite local brewers, distillers, cideries, and restaurants to come and sample some of their favorite goodies. And we have a silent auction. We have some beer-themed games. And we're expecting about 400 people this year. So now is the time to get your tickets.
Okay, and where do they get their tickets? And
Tickets are
how
on
do
our
they get their
website.
tickets?
You can go to habitatbuffalo.org for information. And the event is actually in a really cool venue. It's called the Barrel Factory. It's in South Buffalo. It's this 100-year-old building that's fully restored. They have a distillery, a winery is in there, a brewery is in there, so it really is just a great little hub of local craft brewing, and it is 3 floors, beautifully restored, and we're really looking forward to filling it up with Habitat supporters in just a few weeks.
No, we're going to tell our viewers how they can get tickets, I'm sure, so that they can join you on this. You probably rely on manufacturers and people, vendors, around the community as well to give you the supplies that you need?
Absolutely. So we get a lot of supplies donated nationally from companies like Valspar Paint. Whirlpool donates our appliances. But there are a lot of local folks who donate not just their materials, but their services. We have a law firm locally, for example, that donates legal services, Gross Ploe. They're also sponsoring Hammer and Nails. So however folks want to get involved, there is a way to give your time, give your talent, and maybe sharing your time and talent doesn't work for you, and donating a service or making a monetary donation works. There's room for everybody at Habitat.
Are there some stores that you manage that have to do with this?
Yeah, so we have 2 retail locations, the Restores, and we have one on Amherst Street and one on South Park. Those outlets sell furniture, donated building material, home good like glassware and dishes and things like that. The great thing is if you're looking for a great bargain, it's definitely the place to shop. But if you're looking to clean out your house, it's a great place to donate. We'll come and we'll take cabinets from your kitchen. Let's say you're remodeling your kitchen. We'll take your cabinets or old bathroom vanities. We'll also take furniture. Maybe you're getting ready for spring cleaning. All of those products come to the Restore. They avoid going into a landfill, and the revenue actually helps us build 3 houses a year.
That's a great idea, because so many people, you don't know what to do with it. Like you said, you're building a new kitchen or you're getting something, a new bathroom fixture or whatever, and you don't know what to do with it. It's great.
Yeah, there's a full list of accepted items on our website. Our website's going to have all of the information your viewers need. If you go to habitatbuffalo.org, you're going to find information about our Restore, information about Hammers Nails, but also for those folks who aren't afraid of injuring their thumbs, they'll find out ways to volunteer.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be sorry I mentioned that.
You know what, though? I think that is actually a common thought. Folks think, I don't have that skill set, maybe I don't have a place there. We will find a good use of your skills, I promise. Anybody can build a home.
I don't think so. How did you get interested in the whole Habitat Humanity issue?
You know, I've always worked in nonprofit. I've worked in nonprofit right out of college, and Habitat is my dream job. It really is. And the reason is that there's a lot of things that you can do to help solve an immediate problem, but to solve an overarching problem, which is oftentimes cyclical poverty. You're seeing kids who are growing up in low-income homes. They really don't see a way out. I knew that Habitat was a solution. We see generational change. For a lot of our families, the children who live in Habitat houses are the first in their families to go on to higher education. We know homes, stable homes, create an inherent stability that can't be replicated through other avenues. So we watch the quality of our families' lives and the outcomes for their children drastically improved by what we do.
You know, it's amazing that you said all the ramifications of building a home or having a home, and you think about people that it's their dream their whole life or generations that they own their own home. So that's why probably it's so meaningful.
It is meaningful, and the kids know that there's someplace safe to come home to. There are a lot of families that we've worked with where the kids would get off of the bus and the parents would be waiting in the car and say, we're not staying here tonight, we have to go sleep somewhere else. And we know that there are also a lot of, especially in old homes like Buffalo, when they're when they're being rented out, maybe not always maintained properly, there's the risk of lead exposure, risk of asbestos. When you have those contaminants in a house, the development of children is compromised. So we want to make sure that we're providing safe and decent homes for the families who are willing to work for them.
Thank you so much for giving us all this information, Stephanie.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have, but I hope our viewers will participate as a volunteer or in your event or realize what a good cause this is.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Thank you. I'm Judge Penny Wolfgang. Thanks so much for watching WBBZ-TV. Goodbye, everybody.